Top 3-year-old fillies going in the grade 2 Gazelle live on TVG, the 8th at Aqueduct. Here's Tom Durkin with the call.
Walking with the Purpose and Close Hatches with early speed. Close Hatches will win that race into the first turn. Let me entertain you as second and in between horses. Then on the outside is Princess of Silmar, and at the rail, Walk with the Purpose. Drafting in behind them, it's Red Hot Tweet to break of 5. Back to What Are You Gonna Do, Rosie? Settles into an easy beat as they make the turn toward the backstretch run. Close Hatches, the controlling speed here. Let me entertain you. Edges up second. Princess of Silmar out there 3 wide. And hugging the fence, Walk with the Purpose. The opening quarter was 24 and 1/5 seconds. Now with the wind at their backs, up the backstretch run now. Close Hatches continues to lead. But a firing line right in behind. Walking with the Purpose has a coveted spot down toward the inside with 5 furlongs remaining here. The half was up in 47 and 2. Princess of Silmar is in the clear on the outside. And in between those two, let me entertain you. Then a break of 2.5 to Red Hot Tweet. And well behind the rest is What Are You Gonna Do, Rosie? Into the far turn. Close Hatches confronted by Princess of Silmar as they round the far turn. Walking with the Purpose now third after 3/4 up in a strong 110 and 4. Coming to the top of the stretch now. Close Hatches locking horns with Princess of Silmar as the field turns for home. Walk with the Purpose wide off the turn. 3/16 out. And this battle continues here between Closed Hatches and Princess of Silmar. Closed Hatches holding on grimly to the lead. Princess of Silmar fighting on, but a half length behind and 100 yards to go. And Closed Hatches prevails over Princess of Silmar to win the Gazelle by 3 lengths on the line. Princess of Silmar was second, and Walk with the Purpose was third. Well,
they're off in the Kentucky Oaks, and some crowding in the middle of the pack there. Pure Fun seemed to get the worst of it. Midnight Lucky's going to go out to take the early lead, and Beholder is away running on second. Unlimited Budget is third to the outside of them, and then it's Rose to Gold. Down on the inside is Silcito. Now moves on through, and she's going to go up and challenge for third as they race into that first turn. Shawneen Girl is down on the inside, 4.5 lengths off the lead, and then Close Hatches. Dreaming of Julia finds herself third last. The favorite third last onto the backstretch, just ahead of Princess of Silmar and Pure Fun. 22 and 4 for the opening quarter mile. A very solid first fraction here for Midnight Lucky. Beholder 3/4 of a length behind in second. Silcita third to the inside. Unlimited Budget right there running in fourth position, past a 46 and 3 half mile. And then a gap of another 2 back to Shawneen Girl in fifth. Dreaming of Julia's down on the inside. Dreaming of Julia still about 5.5 lengths off the lead with a half mile to go, and she's pinned in on the rail and will need some room. In fact, she's backing up a bit, and now John Velasquez is asking more run from her. Dreaming of Julia needs to get going right now. It's Midnight Lucky in front. Beholder's a length behind her now. Unlimited Budget third to the outside by 2. Princess of Silmar is next, and now Dreaming of Julia's been switched to the far outside, and she's fifth, and they're into the stretch, and here comes a run from Beholder. Beholder, the 2-year-old filly champion, is taking the lead. Midnight Lucky to the inside, fights on. Unlimited Budget is coming on. Princess of Silmar and Mike Smith with a huge upset chance on the far outside. Dreaming of Julia making a belated run too. They're coming to the finish, and Princess of Silmar has pulled off a shocker at the Kentucky Oaks over Beholder. Then it's either Unlimited Budget or Dreaming of Julia. She's 36-1.
Wow, the big upset. Princess of Silmar with Mike Smith aboard pulls the upset in the Kentucky Oaks. Coming on through the stretch, kept grinding away, and was able to get up to win it in 149.17.
Well, we talked a lot about Fletcher horses, Dreaming of Julia and Unlimited Budget.
Princess of Silmar, a filly by Majestic Warrior from Storm Dixie by Catinas. Here's how she did it.
Look at...
Here's Dreaming of Julia. You mentioned all the trouble she had starting out of the gate when she got pinched back, and here as well.
Yeah, Johnny Velasquez is trying to make up a little bit of ground at a time, but at this point in the race, you pretty much have to pull the trigger and go. And this wall of horses right there in front of him, he looks like he had a spot to run, had to check her slightly a little bit earlier. Now he's found the spot outside, loses a little ground in doing, but but he's got to go at this point. Dreaming of Julia responds. She puts in a run, but it's not enough to run down the winner, Princess of Silmar. Beholder even looks like she's got a chance here. A valiant effort by Julia, but not quite enough.
And Princess of Silmar beat Dreaming of Julia to the spot, didn't she?
She did. And as we turn for home, Beholder's right there with the orange cap cover. To me, she looked like she was a stone-cold winner. Garrett Gomez opened up on her, but Mike Smith steadily coming right there with Princess of Silmar, slowly but surely grinding down. He needed every bit of this long stretch of Churchill Downs to get it done.
You heard Mike say he was glad Todd Fletcher put her in. Back on April the 20th, she had a workout that Todd did not like.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Midnight Lucky and Momentary Magic. Kauai Katie down on the rail. Close Hatches has come out fourth. Let Me Entertain You and Cue the Moon. The leader is Momentary Magic. Momentary Magic has outsprinted them to the front. Kauai Katie, and right alongside her is Midnight Lucky. 2 lengths back to Let Me Entertain You. Close Hatches is 5 lengths from the front runner here. And at the back of the pack, Cue the Moon. They zip through the opening quarter in 22 2/5 seconds. Momentary Magic, the leader. Midnight Lucky is second. Kauai Katie is now 2.5 lengths from the lead. Let Me Entertain You. Close Hatches still about 5.5 from the front, and Cue the Moon. Around the far turn. And a big long shot here. Halfway home in 45 1/5 seconds. Momentary Magic. Midnight Lucky just glued to her, running second. Kauai Katie confined to the rail for the moment. And here comes Close Hatches now, who's making a sweeping move on the outside. Just to her inside is Let Me Entertain You and Cue the Moon. It's wide open as they come to the top of the stretch. And Midnight Lucky has emerged with the lead. Midnight Lucky in front. Kauai Katie is right in behind her. On the outside, Close Hatches is putting in her bid. Cue the Moon way out there. Down to the final furlong. Midnight Lucky and Rosie Napravnik are pulling away from them. It is going to be Midnight Lucky with a devastating victory here, winning by almost a half a dozen lengths in 135 flat. Close Hatches was second, and Kauai Katie was third. Cue the Moon fourth. They're in the gate, and they're off. An uneventful start for Dreaming of Julia. Out for the lead, though, goes Toasting. Dreaming of Julia takes up a position down to her inside on the outside at Sister State. And they're followed now by Close Hatches, and the early trailer will be Marathon Lady. So the field moving up the backstretch. Toasting has established the lead. Sister State is right alongside her. Dreaming of Julia in a pocket down on the inside, while running in third with Close Hatches just to her outside, and Marathon Lady at the back of the pack. The opening quarter was up in 23 1/5 seconds. So it's still Toasting and Sister State. Sister State on hold while running along in second. Dreaming of Julia has been maneuvered to the 2 path, giving opportunity for Marathon Lady to move through on her inside. Close Hatches is still right alongside Dreaming of Julia. So the field heading for the far turn now. The half was 46 1/5 seconds. Toasting still in front. And there goes Close Hatches on the outside. Sister State is third. Marathon Lady is now back to fourth, and Dreaming of Julia has dropped back to last. Dreaming of Julia is last, and Johnny Velasquez trying to motivate her now, but time is ticking away as they move toward the top of the stretch. 3/4 up in 109 4. Could there be a huge upset here as Dreaming of Julia has gone very wide into the stretch? Close Hatches is the leader. Close Hatches is now in front by 3 as they come down to the final furlong. Marathon Lady is second, and Dreaming of Julia now up to be third, but they're coming down to the finish, and it will be Close Hatches to win the Mother Goose. Wins it by 7 lengths on the line. Dreaming of Julia could manage only to be second, and a well-beaten second it was. Marathon Lady was third. But the heroine of the day is Close Hatches. The Mother Goose goes in 141 1.
$1 million Cotillion, the 10th from Parks.
And they're off in the Cotillion Stakes, and Sweet Lulu came bouncing right out of there. And Sweet Lulu, with a very alert start, gets the early lead. Carnival Court is at the inside second as My Happy Face quickly comes up on the outside. Seeding Girl will be fourth in between horses into the first turn. Close Hatches widest of the lead group. She's on the outside moving up from fifth. Dancing of Fleet sits a ground-saving sixth. She's followed closely by Asaya. Then it's about 3.5 or 4 to Promise Me More, and Street Girl at the back of the pack trails the field. They go to the back stretch off an opening quarter of 23 and 4, and it's Sweet Lulu in front. Sweet Lulu by 3/4 of a length. She's prompted on the outside by My Happy Face, and Close Hatches is right with those two. So the big three fillies are right together with 5/8 to go. In fact, they are now lined up across the track. On the inside, it's Sweet Lulu. The filly in between is My Happy Face, and Close Hatches on the outside. So those three fillies race as a team to the half-mile pole. It's about 4 back to Seeding Girl in fourth. They went the half in 47 and 1. They're heading for the far turn. My Happy Face has dropped back just a bit. So the battle is now joined between Sweet Lulu, the unbeaten filly on the inside, and Close Hatches is right at her neck. We're shaping up for another dramatic stretch run here in the Cotillion Stakes. On the inside, Sweet Lulu continues to cling to a short lead. Mike Smith is yet to ask Close Hatches. She now draws on even terms at the top of the stretch. My Happy Face trying to get re-involved on the outside, but Close Hatches comes off the turn and gets the lead. Sweet Lulu was given way down at the inside. My Happy Face is driving third. Dancing of Fleet rallies late. Street Girl on the far outside. It's Close Hatches. Close Hatches with a 16 to go. It's opened up by 2.5. The others are closing, but it's too little, too late. It will be Close Hatches. Close Hatches wins the Cotillion by just over 2 at the end.
Well, photo for second, Close Hatches did what most expect. That's why she was 6 to 5. She was.
Cup Distaff, $2 million, over 1 1/8 with the call. Here's Larry Colmus.
Doesn't get any better than this, Tom. They're all in line, ready for the start. They're off, and the Breeders' Cup Distaff, and Mike Smith is sending Royal Delta out of there. Beholder is fast too, but so too are Close Hatches and Authenticity, and they're going to be involved in the pace. And now Stevens takes Beholder back off of it. He's going to sit fourth early. Street Girl is fifth, and Princess of Silmar's alongside of her as they race for the first turn here. And the leader is Authenticity. So John Velasquez gets her to the front here through the first quarter of a mile, which goes in 22 and 3/5 seconds. And Royal Delta's 3/4 of a length behind in second. Beholder is third. Close Hatches is fourth, and she's down on the rail. 3 lengths ahead of Princess of Silmar, and Longshot Street Girl is last. And they go to the backstretch. Authenticity is the leader, and Royal Delta, the 2-time winner, is alongside of her, and she's only a neck back with 5 furlongs to go. A 46 1/2 mile. A solid pace, but they're not flying on this track today. Beholder is third, just to the outside of Royal Delta. Now they're side by side, and Beholder sticks her head into second. Royal Delta is back running in third, and she's lost a little bit of ground to the leaders here, and she's about to be joined on the outside by Close Hatches, and suddenly Royal Delta's fourth on the inside. Princess of Silmar's got 5 lengths to make up, and Street Girl is the trailer. Around the far turn, and Beholder and Gary Stevens have taken the lead on the outside. Authenticity is second, Close Hatches third, and Royal Delta no better than fourth at this point, and they're into the stretch, and Beholder's in front. Close Hatches on the outside has taken second. Authenticity third. Royal Delta won't get there. Neither will Princess of Silmar. This is all Beholder. Beholder and the comeback kid, Gary Stevens, have won the Breeders' Cup Distaff with authority. Close Hatches was second. Authenticity was third. Royal Delta ended up fourth. Street Girl fifth, and Princess of Silmar did not fire today. She was last. Gary Stevens' first Breeders' Cup in 13 years.
Gary, I'm glad you left.
And they're off in the Apple Blossom. On Fire Baby comes out running, as does Close Hatches, who takes the lead. Rose to Gold third through the opening furlong. Let Faith Arise, and Stanwyck will do her best running later. Into the first turn, Close Hatches, just like last time, a bit wide into the turn and uncontested up top. The pace is moderate. She's in front by 2. Rose to Gold moves through on the inside to take second. On Fire Baby third. Let Faith Arise is just outside of her, about 4 lengths off the lead, and another 7 or 8 back to Stanwyck. Less than 6 furlongs to go, and Close Hatches cruising along up top, in front by 2. On Fire Baby puts her head into second. Rose to Gold at the rail third. Let Faith Arise, 3.5 lengths off the heavy favorite, and still a long way back to Stanwyck. They're heading to the half-mile pole in the Apple Blossom, chasing Close Hatches, who's in control. On Fire Baby within 3/4 of a length. Rose to Gold at the rail third. Let Faith Arise is asked to go after her now as Close Hatches lets it out a notch and opens up two. Rose to Gold is dropping back. On Fire Baby is clearly second. Let Faith Arise and Stanwyck finding her best stride from behind. Close Hatches, a length and a half at the quarter pole. Stanwyck will launch a very wide bid in the shadow roll. On Fire Baby is in between them. Let Faith Arise. They're heading to the furlong pole. Close Hatches. On Fire Baby's very game. Stanwyck on the outside and Let Faith Arise. Final furlong. Close Hatches maintaining the lead. On Fire Baby trying her best, as is Stanwyck on the outside. But Close Hatches is simply too much. And it's another Grade 1 victory for Close Hatches. Coast to coast in the Apple Blossom. On Fire Baby second. Stanwyck third in front of Let Faith Arise.
Close Hatches wire to wire in the Grade 1 Apple Blossom Handicap. Joel Rosario, the winning ride.
As a handicapper, as a
set. They're off in the Ogden Phipps, and Classic Point had a good start. Beholder is away well on the outside, and now here comes Antipathy inside of Classic Point. So two of the long shots will make the pace, and Beholder will sit third, 3 lengths off of them, and she's got Close Hatches to her inside. Princess of Silmar is fifth early, and she's 7.5 lengths off the lead at this stage of the race, with Belle Galantine at the back of the field as they race up the backstretch through a 22-2 opening quarter mile, and it's Classic Point and Alex Solis out on the lead, and they're going to open up here. Classic Point opens up 2 from Antipathy, and Close Hatches is third right now, and she's got 5 lengths to make up. Beholder is after that. Then Belle Galantine. Princess of Silmar is dead last as the field races for the turn, and she's 10 lengths off of Classic Point, who fires off a 45 flat half mile. Classic Point into the far turn in front by 3 lengths, and now Close Hatches draws up alongside of Antipathy, and they start to get closer with each and every stride. Classic Point's lead is about to go away, and it goes away first to Close Hatches. Close Hatches has taken the lead, and now Beholder begins to move up on the outside. Antipathy is next. Princess of Silmar still at the back of the field, but she's lengthening her stride on the far outside, and they're into the stretch, and it's Close Hatches in front. Beholder and Princess of Silmar are coming. It will be a dramatic fifth here. A furlong to go. Close Hatches. Here's Princess of Silmar. Beholder between those two. Close Hatches. Princess of Silmar. Beholder not going with him. Close Hatches. Princess of Silmar. A final bid. The two of them hit it together. I think Close Hatches. Princess of Silmar was there with her on the wire, and Antipathy was third, and a final time of 1 minute 40.55 seconds.
The head-to-head battle we've been waiting for. Close Hatches, Princess of Silmar, Beholder in the Ogden Phipps. Maybe Close Hatches by a head over Princess of Silmar.
This is what we were waiting for. This kind of a stretch run from the 3 favorites. Down the backside, Joel Rosario and Gary Stevens looking over at each other, further back off the pace than normally either horse or rider is, at least in their previous races, but very comfortable where they were. Both moved kind of as a team, turning for home, and then the horse race was on with Princess of Silmar trying to draw a bead on him. Joel Rosario is indifferent, certainly a huge help to Close Hatches, who's winning her 3rd straight race.
Slow it down inside in between horses. Close Hatches, pink cap, Princess of Silmar outside, stretching their necks for the wire. It looks like, maybe from that angle, by a nose plus, Joel Rosario, and Close Hatches still awaiting the result of the photo. There it is. Close Hatches by about a head over Princess of Silmar, who didn't really look like towards.
And they're off, and it's Antipathy racing for the lead. Close Hatches right there out of the starting gate, so those two head for the first turn together. Antipathy on the rail, Close Hatches on the outside. Majestic River in behind them runs in third. Belle Galantine off the pace today, racing fourth. 4 wide round the first turn goes Princess of Silmar. At the back of the pack, 50 Shades of Hay and Stanwyck. So toward the back stretch they go, and Close Hatches establishes a clear lead here. Had to run a 23 flat opening quarter mile to get out there by 3 lengths. Antipathy on hold while running along in second. And the blinkered Princess of Silmar now advanced. A clear-cut and comprehensive victory 50 Shades of Hay was second, and Stanwyck was third.
All right, Tom, all in line. They're off in the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff. And 'Tis Midnight comes on quickly from the inside, and there goes the mare from Peru, Valiant Amelia alongside. Between those two, Iotapa, and now Iotapa and 'Tis Midnight. The two Californians will battle it out early. L'Amour de ma Vie now squeezes through on the inside into third. Valiant Amelia fourth. Untappable and Close Hatches are right together. Untappable is wide. Close Hatches is even farther out wide on that first turn. Then Ria Antonia, followed by a ground-saving Belle Gallanty. 4 lengths to Unbridled Forever. Stanwyck is second last, and Don't Tell Sophia trails. 22 and 4 for the opening quarter mile. A brisk pace for their run up the backstretch, set by 'Tis Midnight, who's a neck in front of Iotapa. L'Amour de ma Vie right in behind them. Close Hatches is close up, running in fourth to the outside of her. Ria Antonia is down on the inside. Valiant Amelia, and then comes Untappable. She is now 4.5 lengths off the lead up the backstretch. Belle Gallanty is next. They went 46 and 3 for a half mile. The pace is settled somewhat. Stanwyck Unbridled Forever, and Don't Tell Sophia continues to buy time at the back as 'Tis Midnight and Iotapa continue their scramble into the far turn. They are stride for stride on the lead. Close Hatches, and now Untappable is moving up on the outside. Untappable is on the charge. Close Hatches is not going on. She's dropping back again today. And Don't Tell Sophia is rocketing by horses on the far outside. They're at the top of the stretch, and Untappable has taken the lead on the outside of Iotapa. Don't Tell Sophia is third on the far outside. Untappable into the final 16th in front. On the inside, Iotapa fights on. Don't Tell Sophia's third, but as they come to the wire, the Super Filly has done it. Untappable has won the distaff. It's close for second between Iotapa and Untappable, a champion.
Thank you, Tom, along with